It is a great surprise, a great pleasure to discover this iconic Masonic monument built to honor God, the great architect of the universe, and its creation, life, and humanity, human species. Let's not be surprised we find it at 137 kilometers north of Ecuador, in the middle of the planet actually, transmitting the message: North Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere, we all people should be united, one people on one terra. Regardless of our differences, our tradition, our cultures, we are one. We are the creation of God, of the great architect of the universe. And here on this island state of about 750 square kilometers a size, and the third density population in the world, 5.6 million people, and 5-6 different religions: Buddhists, Christians, Hindus, yeah, has been proved the fact that we all can live together in harmony. And at the same time, and as a result, the development, the quick development is possible. Peace, security, and anything somebody may desire. Let's come back to the monument. The monument, the Masonic monument, it was built to honor human species. Genesis 6:14-16 tells the fact that God told Noah to build an arch to save life due to the flood, upcoming flood. Moshe Sabdier, architects, designed this ark, the boat, the sky bark, that stands up at 200 meters high, almost 200 meters high above the sea level. Now, this boat, 340 meters long and 40 meters wide, is capable of accommodating somewhere like 3,900 people. It has a pool, 155 meters long pool, 200 trees, many plants, and sure, you can notice it is a huge hotel, thousands of rooms. But that's not the point. The monument consists of those three columns. On the back of the boat, we see the column representing strength, force, propelling force of the boat. In the middle, we have the column of beauty, happiness, love. In the front, we have the wisdom that is a driving force of all. And the boat is going towards wisdom, wisdom direction. The humanity that is being represented by this boat, it's in the process of continuous change, continuous regeneration, and the monument carries on also a warning, being away 200 meters high, away from the possible floating waters. Be careful with the carbon footprint. Be careful with your activity. We, the Masons, glorify work. What type of work we glorify? What direction do we go at individual level and community level? At the base of this monument, we see that we have a walk path that symbolizes the DNA. All living systems are based on their DNA, the program that is very stable, but at the same time it's adapting to times. Any living organism, macroorganism, like a society, like a community, like a nation, like an organization, including Masonic organizations, they need to adapt. Otherwise, they are condemning themselves to disappearance. It is a property, the adaptation. It's a will of God, the adaptation, because God made all this possible. The DNA is the base of life. The DNA is a solid program that tells structures how to reproduce themselves, but at the same time, slowly, it does adapt. It does adapt to times. So the structure, the human species, the organization, the Masonic organization, to be able to survive and develop, it needs to be able to adapt, slowly but to adapt towards sustainable development, not just survival. Therefore, we have to put accent on development and put accent on sustainability and observe that we, the human species, are one with Terra. This is why Humanitera Masonic Order sees this as a whole unity. To develop spiritually our souls, we in the same time have to maintain our house, our temple, and our Terra. Now, this monument, if you look carefully at it, the boat, the Sky Park that is on the top of Marina Bay Sands here in Singapore, has a curved shape, is a arc of a circle that signifies continuity of life. And we, humanity, we are this segment, along with the rest of the species, that we live together, that we help each other, we depend on each other. So this arc, the new Noah's Ark, that now has 340 meters long, thanks to the designers and the constructors and Singapore's government, is part of this circle, the infinite symbol of life. It is an arc, A-R-C, not far away from an A-R-K that was told by God to be constructed by Noah. If we look from up above, we will see the shape, the curved shape of what it may suggest fertility, reproduction, perpetuation of life, including our species. Now, this reproduction, recreation, regeneration is the number 9 point on Deo Clavis divine matrix, the divine key called Deo Clavis. More details you will find on our website, Humanitera, or Humanitera with a U and double R, of course, Humanitera.org. And we will talk more about this monument, more details about this monument. And I invite you all to see for yourself and identify that this is a real Masonic monument, built willfully or not. But one thing we have to have in mind, we as co-creators, as a creative species, we do basically what God is telling us to do, what the great architect of the universe intends to do. And we, the humans, are the architects, the helpers of the great architect of the universe. We built this fantastic monument as a will of God. If God, the great architect of the universe, wouldn't want this to happen, it wouldn't suggest the architects to do so. Now, I remind you again that we need to adapt to times. The DNA of any living organism, of any living macroorganism, including an organization, a nation, a community, a family, a society, has a symbol, has rules, has constitutions. They do change in time. They do change in time, they do adapt to times. So I will really want to make sure this message gets to all brothers and sisters, Freemasons in the world, and also to the non-initiated people. Along with the invitation, please contact Humanitera.org, and perhaps you will be discovering the importance of becoming initiated, be able to see what I've seen those days here in Singapore, and understand that this is a real Masonic monument. Now I'll bring you more arguments. If you look from the top, you see not just a symbol that suggests fertility, reproduction, perpetuation of species, regeneration, but you'll also see like a table with 3 legs that gives stability to the whole system, to life itself. If we will go on the back to and be able to see this boat from behind, we'll be able to see slightly on the left hand side, this position, you will see the column of force. Slightly on the right, you'll see the beauty. And in the front, way in the front, you'll see the column of wisdom, are exactly the Masonic columns in a Masonic temple, regardless of your constitution. There are many more things to say about this wonderful temple. But I will stop here and we will talk later on. Adrian from Singapore today, 27th of February 2023. With love to all. See you soon.